Today, we're going to talk about something pretty incredible. It's one of the most amazing systems in your body. The surprisingly simple way your heart knows exactly how hard it needs to work every single second of the day.
I mean, think about it. 1 minute you're out cold, deep in sleep, and your body's needs are super low. The next, you're sprinting for the bus, and suddenly your muscles are screaming for oxygen and fuel. So how on earth does your heart instantly know to ramp everything up to meet that demand? It's a really fundamental question, right?
Well, the answer is this beautifully elegant concept called cardiac output. This is basically the master metric your body uses to control its internal engine. It's what makes sure every single part of you gets exactly what it needs, precisely when it needs it.
All right, so to really get this, we've got to pop the hood and look at the engine's core principle. It's all governed by a surprisingly simple formula that pretty much acts as the operating system for your heart.
Okay, so what is cardiac output? Put simply, it's just the total amount of blood your heart pushes out over the course of 1 minute. That's it. It's the ultimate measure of your heart's performance and how well it's supplying your body.
And here's that super simple formula. Cardiac output is just two things multiplied together: stroke volume and heart rate. That's the whole game. These are the only two variables your body really has to play with to control everything.
You know, the best way to visualize this is to imagine your body has a control panel, right? And on it are two big dials. One is for stroke volume, and the other is for heart rate. By just turning these two dials up or down, your body can precisely control its engine's total output. So let's take a look at each of these dials one by one.
All right, let's look at that first dial, stroke volume. I want you to think of this one as your pumping power dial. It controls how much force, how much shear volume is packed into every single beat of your heart.
Now, what's really important to get here is that stroke volume isn't about how fast the heart is beating. Nope, it's all about quantity. It is the specific amount of blood that gets ejected with each individual squeeze. So you can think of it like this: more power equals more blood per pump. Simple as that.
So how does the heart actually control this volume? Well, it's this really cool, simple two-step process. First, in a phase called diastole, the heart just relaxes and fills up with blood, kind of like drawing back the plunger on a syringe. Then, in a phase called systole, it contracts powerfully and ejects all that blood out into the body. And the amount it pushes out, that's your stroke volume.
Okay, so that's the power dial. Now let's check out the second one, pumping speed. If stroke volume is how hard each pump is, then heart rate is simply how many of those pumps you're getting every minute.
And this speed, it's not just random, of course. It's all run by this amazing little piece of biological tech in your body called the sinoatrial node, or SAN for short. This tiny cluster of cells is your body's own natural pacemaker, generating the electrical sparks that tell your heart exactly when to beat.
Okay, now here's a wild fact. If you could just take that little pacemaker out and let it do its thing, with no other input from the rest of the body, what do you think its natural rhythm would be? It's not 60, it's not 70, it's a whopping 100 beats per minute.
But hold on a second. Most of us, when we're just chilling, have a heart rate way lower than that, right? Maybe 60, 70, 80 beats per minute. So what gives? Well, this shows us something amazing. It means your body, through your nervous system, is constantly putting on the brakes. It's telling your heart's natural pacemaker, hey, slow down, conserve some energy, whenever you're at rest. Okay, so we've got our two dials, pumping power, that's stroke volume, and pumping speed, that's heart rate. Now let's see how the body uses both of them together like a master DJ to perfectly match every single demand you throw at it.
This table just lays it all out perfectly. Look, when you're resting, the body keeps that speed dial, the heart rate, turned down low. But when you start exercising, watch what happens. It doesn't just crank up the speed. It does two things at once. It turns up the heart rate for more beats, and it dials up the stroke volume for more powerful beats. It's this 1-2 punch that creates that huge increase in your total cardiac output when you need it most.
And maybe the most incredible part of all of this isn't just some simple on-off switch. Your body is constantly making these tiny, tiny adjustments to both of these dials all the time, without you ever having to think about it. It is an absolutely brilliant, automatic, and super efficient control system.
So the next time you feel your heart pounding in your chest after a run, you'll know what's really going on. It's not just beating faster, it's also beating stronger. It's that smart engine fine-tuning both its power and its speed. Which kind of makes you wonder, right?
What does this incredible, totally automatic system tell us about the sheer power and, the intelligence of all the biological processes happening inside us, completely beyond our conscious control?